You know, in life, a lot of us want to feel more meaning, more purpose. I think a lot of us feel lost in life, disconnected from something, but we can't really put our finger on what that could be. Maybe it's ourselves, maybe it's, again, some higher purpose. And in this video, I want to talk about why I think that tends to happen with a lot of us, why that has happened with me in my life, and what has helped me come back to finding meaning, purpose, and that greater sense of fulfillment within. And so I think a lot of times we live from the outside in. What I mean by that is we allow our external world, our perceptions, and what's happening outside of us to dictate how we act, how we feel, what we do in life. And we place certain things outside of us as we place it at the center of our lives. We make it our God, so to speak. And I think money is a really good example. When we make money or something outside of us our sole focus, we lose sight of ourselves, of the source of fulfillment or meaning or purpose. And it's what Jesus said in the Bible. He said, "Be in the world, but not of it." Basically, what this means is to live in this 3D play of life that we're all part of as this character that you're playing. But to not get so caught up in it that you lose sight of truth. The truth of who you are, the truth of the nature of our reality, the broader truth. And so I wrote about this a little bit the other day about placing things outside of us as the goal in life and how it pulls us away from ourselves. And if you ever heard the story, The Goose and the Golden Egg, or The Goose That Laid the Golden Egg, I think that's what it's called. Really good story. And it's basically how it goes is there's a farmer who has this goose, and the goose lays one golden egg every day. And the farmer is able to go in and sell the egg and make money. And realizes that, oh man, like I can make a lot of money, but this goose is only laying one egg. What can I do? So he decides to kill the goose so he can cut the goose open and get all the eggs at once. But he killed the goose. There's no more golden eggs now. He killed off the source of what that wealth was, so to speak. And I think a lot of times we forget about our own goose in life, which is us. Us and that which is within us, which you could call God or awareness or whatever you want to call it. And again, in placing our focus on money or love or striving in any fashion, getting caught up in the play of life, in your emotions and your urges and compulsions, you lose the goose, which is the source of the meaning, the purpose, the fulfillment in life. And there's another really good kind of reference that points to this, and it's in Frank Sinatra's song My Way. And he says, "For what is a man? What does he got? If not himself, then he have not." And I mean, that's universally true, not just for men, obviously. If we don't have ourselves in life, we've got nothing. I've said it in other videos. We are the only constant in life. And when we chase after things, when we sacrifice ourselves for the pursuit of something outside of ourselves, You lose the one constant in life. You trade the most valuable thing. You trade the golden goose. And it is a recipe for losing yourself, feeling lost in life, for having that sense of discontentment, lack of purpose. Because it's an endless chase. Once you get to the goalpost of whatever amount of money you want, or whatever material possession or partner or whatever it is, the goalpost moves again. It's the mind playing tricks on you. It's an illusion that once you get there, you'll be happy. You'll have the things that you want, but it's fleeting. It's like fog. It's there, and then once you get there, it's gone. And it's ahead of you again. But you never really have it. The one thing that is stable and that can fill your being is within you, beyond the mind that chases. So when we put money or something outside of us as our God, we treat it as our God, our consciousness shrinks. Our perception shrinks. We lower our state of consciousness to chase after that, because we are now living in this 3D plane. We're identified with it. We're attached to it. And as I said in the beginning, to be in the world but not of it is truly the path to peace, abundance, fulfillment, all of those things that a lot of us seek. You touch base with truth, and it becomes your priority in life, your guiding star. And from there, other things come into your life and other things pass, but you're in touch with that which is constant, which is unchanging in your life. The source of you, this character. It's not the ego. That's a created thing. It's not necessarily about destroying the ego either. It's the ego will help you rise. It's just about observing the ego, not identifying with it. So when we keep ourselves and we keep this notion of God or infinite consciousness or whatever is beyond ourselves as the priority in life, the center of our lives, we become what was said in the Bible as the truth, the way, and the life. And again, I'm not a religious person by any means. These are just phrases that I'm familiar with, and they ring true. It's not about being dogmatic. It's about living in the direct experience of something. And you can't conceptualize this. You can only come to truly understand it within your being through living in practice with it. You can't, I mean, we can read about it all we want, but they're only going to be concepts in the mind. And concepts, as I've talked about in other videos, concepts do not get you to that ultimate reality of what that is. It just gives you an idea about it. It's like the map is not the territory. If you look at a map, it's not the same as you driving on that road that you're looking at on the map. The map is not the territory. The concept is not reality. So something to keep in mind when we live in accordance with God, that becomes the truth, the way, and the life. And it's the source of peace and inner fulfillment, as I talked about. So going back to that story, when we stop nourishing the goose dies, and with it we lose the foundation of ourselves, of life, and we feel completely lost. And from here, it's like trying to drive a car with flat tires, with the engine light on. You're not going to get very far, because those things are at the core of you being able to get anywhere in your car. You might be able to, drive on flat tires, but it's very laborious. It's very difficult. Just as we might be able to, achieve certain things in life or live life, still survive, but is it truly a fulfilling, peaceful, meaningful, enriching life? I don't know. I don't think so. From my own experience, it's not. So having these things, whatever it is that we're chasing, it can be a byproduct of living from that which is greater than yourself. God, or, whatever, as I said, whatever label you want to give it, it becomes a byproduct, not the whole thing. And it will be a byproduct because you are in touch with the source of all abundance in life when we do this. Just know that scarcity will run you into the ground if you're not careful. And scarcity is the mindset of living from the outside in, needing to chase external things to feel good here, to find meaning, to find purpose, to fill a void within. And it's a never-ending chase. It will truly run you into the ground. So put that which is greater than yourself as the center of your life, and everything falls into place. I can't explain how. It doesn't mean life is always easy. It means that you can navigate it. It's like that saying, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. When you put this at the center of your life, it's like having a surfboard and you know how to surf. Whereas when you're chasing things outside of you, it's like you're lost at sea without a surfboard, without anything. You're just trying to keep your head above water. And it's a harder way to live. It's a less enriching way to live. It's a more empty way of life. So remember, what does it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? See you in the next video.